Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Inner Sanctum. In this week's episode, we have a look at the Capital One Cup brackets as we gear up for our clash with QPR in the quarterfinals. Some new players suggested by you for January transfers, and a look at our standing in the league after some disappointing results in the last few episodes. So let's get into it. So a look right now at the Capital One Cup brackets. We have, of course, QPR. They have come through Portsmouth, and we have come through Ipswich Town, both with 3-0 victories. On our side of the brackets is Tottenham and Brighton and Hove Albion. So we'll be hoping, potentially, for a game against Brighton and Hove Albion, as our track record against Spurs isn't the greatest. And with Albion coming through Manchester City to get to Tottenham, that should be an interesting game. On the other side of the brackets, we've got Watford versus Arsenal. And as we saw in the last episode, Arsenal are absolutely red hot. They've come through Liverpool, Watford through Plymouth, and of course Southampton and Leeds will face off in the other quarter-final. So there is some winnable games coming up should the right teams go forward, and a cup run certainly isn't out of the question, and potential for Wembley is edging ever closer. But in this episode, we have to get through QPR first. So another suggestion in the January transfer window was Dennis Pryatt, the central attacking midfielder / left midfielder. He's a highly rated Belgian youngster, and he's at only 21 years old, 5'11", 172 pounds. He's definitely firmly on the radar. An excellent talent with excellent potential, and you can see there his weak foot, excellent, and his attacking work rate, defensive work rate, both medium, so he can play box to box if you need him to, but he's an attacking threat mainly. So Dennis Pryatt is firmly on the short list, and we may be able to do some business with Anderlecht in the January transfer window. So a quick look at the table here. Arsenal, after their victory over us in the last episode, they sit at the top of the table. Manchester United second. They have done an extremely good job of getting back in after they were as low as 15th in the Premier League. Norwich, somewhat a surprise packet, in third. Chelsea in fourth. And of course, Aston Villa, we sit in fifth. 7 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses. We've been leaking in defence, so that might be a deficiency we need to address. If you have any suggestions for tactics in terms of how to stop a leaky defence, make sure you leave it in the comments below. And to round out the top 10, there's West Ham, Spurs, Liverpool and Newcastle. And Manchester City still struggling down in the lower end of the table, with them sitting in 13th is an incredible surprise. 5 wins, 4 draws and 6 losses. So Manchester City really struggling at the moment. So in the bottom 3, there's Swansea, Watford and Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace and Watford both on 13 points, Swansea on 14. And just outside the relegation zone by a point is Stoke City. So crucial for those teams to get some points on the board as we move into the new year. So that's going to finish up the Inner Sanctum this week. Don't forget to get your ideas in for January transfers, as the next episode is the very last episode before we hit the January transfer window. Also, if you have tactical advice to stop us from our leaky defence, make sure you get them in the comments as well. And in this episode, as mentioned, we have a huge Capital One Cup quarter-final showdown with QPR, and we face a stern away test at Newcastle. So as always, if you're enjoying the episode, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. But for now, it's off to the action as we take on QPR in the quarterfinals of the Capital One Cup. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's the quarterfinals of the Capital One Cup as Aston Villa host QPR from Villa Park. Well, Aston Villa have been in free fall in the Premier League and only eked through to this stage of the competition in extra time against Ipswich, so their form isn't that of Capital One Cup winners. You can see there several big teams still in the competition. Aston Villa would consider themselves one of them, and they will look with a very different looking side to beat championship side QPR. You see Clint Hill, the veteran defender, is on the bench. He is rested today, and he is considering retirement in the future. Jolyon Lescott is recalled alongside Alan Hutton, and Bunn is recalled in goal as well. So we'll have a look at the Aston Villa team here, and it is vastly different from that of the side that was dominated by Arsenal. Libor Kozak gets a rare start. Joe Cole and Jordan Vertu play up just behind him. Gary Gardner in midfield. Townsend and Richardson are in the wide positions as well. So Aston Villa clearly backing their depth here, and that could be a difficult opportunity as we have a look at the QPR side. Charlie Austin will lead the line, Sherry up behind him, Junior Hoylett and Matty Phillips in the wide positions, Leroy Fur and Sandro will play in front of the back four. So no doubt Charlie Austin, he will be the man that they will be looking to put it on the head of, and that man, Libor Kozak, who has not started an Aston Villa fixture for a long time since his broken leg, and he will be the focus up front. They will need him to score. Lee Probert is the referee. So a huge quarter-final game. They love a cup run here at Villa, and so do they at QPR. It's two teams vying for a spot in the semi-finals. Aston Villa certainly not with their most strong lineup, who's also been put into the side today. Charlie Austin, oh, good save from Mark Bunn. So a good save forced by a good shot. And Charlie Austin, who was rumoured to be on his way to Villa, never materialised. Kozak, now he won that down to Vertu. And Vertu's found Andros Townsend. So now Townsend plays it across. And now here is Kozak. So Libor Kozak's taken down by Phillips. And that is 100% a penalty. And Libor Kozak, that is a really reckless challenge from Phillips. There's no need for it. He really dives into the side of Kozak. And Matty Phillips might be lucky to survive. But it's going to be Andros Townsend to maybe put Aston Villa in front. And this could be a crucial goal. So it's Andros Townsend lining it up. And Townsend picks the right way. And that is the perfect start for Aston Villa. Andros Townsend has put them ahead in the quarter-final of the Capital One Cup. He sent Green the wrong way and powers it home. The perfect start for Villa. At QPR will be ruining a silly decision to fly straight in for that tackle. And Aston Villa have taken a 1-0 lead. We look for Sandro, and now it's with Austin. And now Sherry back to Austin! Oh, and he's knocked it off the bar. And that was an excellent effort from Charlie Austin, who's had 2 shots on target. And that one just skimming the post. So he's looking really up for it, Charlie Austin. Both teams really wanting to get through to this semi-final. And now it's with Sandro! And I think that has skimmed the bar. Or it's skimmed the top of the net. And Sandro just over the top. And that is a huge opportunity for QPR again. Some spectacular efforts. And QPR have gotten themselves back into this game. As we have a look ahead at the next fixture, it's a trip to St James's Park to take on Newcastle. Now Kinsella, he's going to try and run at the defence here, Kinsella, and he's gone all the way through. And Kinsella's taken down in the box, and it could be a second penalty, and it is. And Aston Villa, they're running forward with purpose, and I don't think he got the ball first. He got Kinsella, who made a really good run at the defence. It's with Andros Townsend. So Townsend again. He goes the other way now. And Aston Villa have taken a 2-0 lead and are surely on their way to the semi-final now. Andros Townsend makes no mistake from the spot yet again. And Aston Villa's pressure really telling in midfield, making runs at the fence and making QPR make silly mistakes. And Andros Townsend is lethal from the spot again. It's 2-0. Brilliantly done. And now it's with Andros Townsend. He plays it into Gardner. And Gardner's shot is stinging. And they are absolutely putting QPR to the sword now. And Gary Gardner, the bottom left-hand corner, is still shaking. What a shot from Gardner. No saving that at all. And Aston Villa are marching on to the semi-finals of the Capital One Cup. No keeper saves it there. And Gary Gardner gets a much-needed goal for his career. And it's Aston Villa 3, QPR 0. So Villa in complete control here. And here's Gardner again. Oh, another stinging shot, and Green forced to save. Another brilliant effort from Gary Gardner, who is good from range. He's dispossessed by Green, so Villa have numbers out wide here, and it's with Townsend. So Andros Townsend's early cross, and Bakuna really forced an excellent save out of Green. It was a brilliant ball. Bakuna's effort, all he did was direct it towards the goal. And foul in, put it over the top, but that will be it. And you can hear the roar of the Aston Villa crowd. They're through to the semi-finals of the Capital One Cup, thanks to 2 Andros Townsend penalties. So a wonderful win here for Aston Villa. It's Andros Townsend with 2 goals. A sensational performance from Villa attackingly, and very, very good in defence as well. Charlie Austin had his chances early on in the game. But at the end of the day, it's Aston Villa 3 and QPR 0 as we move on to the next game of the episode. We travel to St James's Park to take on Newcastle. And we just take a quick look at the Capital One Cup brackets, and there was a huge upset as Brighton and Hove Albion defeated Tottenham Hotspur 1-0, with the other results yet to play out. We'll have to wait and see how the Capital One Cup pans out. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's match day 17 in the Barclays Premier League. It's Newcastle United hosting Aston Villa from St James's Park. Well, Newcastle are having a good, solid, consolidating season and are comfortably in 10th. With a win here today against the sliding Villa, they could get as high as 6th. Aston Villa, though, they're coming off a dominating cup win, but the Newcastle side that will try and take them on here is Wijnaldum, up behind Riviere in goal, and Gouffran, Obertan, Tiote and Colback will make up the midfield here at St James's Park. And Aston Villa, as I said, coming off a cup win. That was with a second string lineup. This is their first string. Gesed is recalled up front alongside Lorin with Heel behind them. Sinclair, Adama and Westwood will make up the midfield. And Aston Villa, they're still the best defensive team in the league technically, but they have conceded majority of those goals in the last few games, and they will look to halt that today. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Newcastle, and we are looking towards an excellent game of football here. Puts it over the top, looking for him down there, and it's taken by Sinclair. He's done really well. Sinclair's cross, found Gested, and he's put it off the post. Extraordinary stuff. He slid in, and Rudy Gested made the best effort he could, but that was so close for Villa. They were nearly one up. Plays it to Gested. Now Gested to Heel. Heel's been able to put Lorin through, but he's held back and he's actually dragged down. So that could be a card. It's a silly foul. It was always going through to the keeper. And they've given up an unnecessary dangerous position here, Newcastle. A very silly foul. So Scott Sinclair, he's hit it. Almost around the wall. Heel tried to win it down. Villa will get another chance at the attack here. It's with Sinclair. He's going to put that early ball in towards Lorin, but Williams able to clear. He's lost it to Gouffran, so a poor turnover that from Amavi. And Gouffran uses his body well. Really intelligent play. Plays it to Colback, and Wijnaldum's shot is skied. So Wijnaldum, though, steps over the top of it. Janmaat hits, and Butland didn't deal with it very well. So it's going to be Carles Hill on the left. And Carles Hill's shot. Oh, it's excellent. And it's off the post. And hitting it was Sinclair. But into the ground and an easy take. And what a finish to the half that is. Aston Villa so close from the Hill free kick. But it's 0-0 at half time. Plays to Gested. Now here is Hill. Hill's looking threatening. Now Hill. Double backs, he may have found him, and he has, and it's Kyle Lorin. It was a brilliant ball from Carles Hill. And what a start to the half for Villa. They nearly scored just before half-time, but they have scored just after half-time. And you see him here, he double backs, gets the cross. It's so dangerous, and it ends up being a free header for Kyle Larin, and he does not miss those. And that is helpless for the goalkeeper, and Kyle Larin has continued his goal scoring. It's been a little while, but he's got another one on the board, and it's his 7th for the season. And Aston Villa lead 1-0. As we look at the next episode, we host West Ham from Villa Park. Newcastle, Guested, he's won that over. And now Heel running at the defence again, and he's put in Larin. It's Kyle Larin again! Oh, what an excellent effort. And they are really cooking, and the chemistry between Larin and Heel really developing here. And he tried to curl that one back, Larin, but just missing. So Jack Colback to Tiote. Now Wijnaldum. Beautiful pass there, and it's Tiote. He played a first-time ball across to Gouffran. Gouffran, can he get the cross in? He does. Who's back post? Colback. But it's straight to Butland. So this game has really gone up a notch. And now Cisse plays it to Obertan. Got around his man, and Cisse's shot goes wide. So Newcastle starting to create some opportunity here. Colback. It's done well here, Jack Colback. Plays it to Tiote. Tiote's shot is straight at Butland again. And he turns it over to Haidara. So a real battle in midfield here at the moment. Gouffran put it forward to Obertan. Obertan now to Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum cut on the inside of Clark. Wijnaldum's shot had to be saved by Butland. Crowd right behind them. They can sense an equaliser. And they get rid of it. Villa! Oh, what a save. Jack Butland again off the head of Gouffran. And they'll reload again. What a save from Butland that is. He rolls it out to Guested. He's going to look for his runners. And here he is with Sinclair. Sinclair puts it through. Heel. They've got some space here. And namely, it's Kyle Larin. Can he get on the inside? But he plays it out wide. Very intelligent. Adama Traore played it to Larin. Couldn't trap it. Oh, it's off a few bodies, and I think it's a corner. It is. Larin and one. And now Janmaat. Janmaat's cross is dangerous, but Okore clears. Wijnaldum, they're just trying to get it in any chance they can. Sinclair's turned his man. He's done really well here, Sinclair. He can run. Villa have legs here late. Can they run it all the way forward? Sinclair lost it to Williamson, and they can bring it back the other way. Janmaat, crucial turnover. Cisse brings it forward. There's no time. And Aston Villa have picked up a crucial 3 points away from home here at Newcastle. And that is a huge win. You can see what it means to Mika Richards. And the away fans are in full voice. It was a hard-fought game, but Villa deserved the 3 points. Butland sensational in goal again. And they've taken a huge scalp here in Newcastle. They've halted their draws and losses run. They've won their first game since October, and at full time, it's Newcastle 0, Aston Villa 1. For Murph's YT13, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.